5 years ago, Payton, Thorne, and Sam Jackson were connecting for touchdowns at Naperville Central. On Saturday night, 2,000 miles away from Naperville, the quarterbacks will once again play on the same field, but this time they square off as opponents.
Sam's one of my best friends. We don't talk like a ton, but every time we do talk, it's like old times as always.
Just because he's been one of those guys who's always been there for me and somebody I can call, and I'm pretty sure he feels the same way about me.
The two friends will meet up in Berkeley, California for an ESPN primetime matchup between Thorne's Auburn Tigers and Jackson's Cal Golden Bears on Saturday, September 9th. During their lone season together at Naperville Central in 2018, Thorne had already locked up the starting quarterback job before Jackson transferred in from Bolingbrook High School. Wanting to ensure the athletic sophomore saw time on the field, Jackson played wide receiver for Central that fall, and it's safe to say that he could have gone on to play D1 at that position. He caught 50 passes for 847 yards and 14 touchdowns from Thorne as the team advanced to the second round of the IHSA playoffs.
Ended up playing receiver. I had a pretty decent year, but me and Payton kind of became friends like the summer of going into my sophomore year. And we were, after every single game, I would go spend a night at his house every Friday night. And we would just talk ball all the time. I always throw the ball around and things like that.
Once Thorne graduated in the spring of 2019 and headed off to play at Michigan State, it was Jackson's turn to be the lead signal caller for the Redhawks. After a dynamic season leading the red and white, Jackson signed to play collegiately at TCU, where he spent his first 2 collegiate seasons. This season, both quarterbacks decided to look for a fresh start, with Thorne transferring to Auburn and Jackson heading to the West Coast, transferring to Cal. Thorne is locked down to start after leading Auburn to a dominant Week 1 victory over UMass. In his first career start, Jackson suffered an injury during Cal's win over North Texas, but says he expects to play this Saturday. As any friend would do, Thorne reached out to Jackson last weekend, asking if he was okay.
I tried to call him yesterday to see how he was doing because I did hear he got knocked out of the game, and so wanted to see if he was okay or not, but he didn't answer me. I don't think he's going to talk to me this week, so I'll talk to him on Saturday.
It's game week. I mean, we're best friends, but I don't think there should be any communication between me and you, bro. We're both quarterbacks. I'm pretty sure there'll definitely be love after the game. Like, there's love regardless, but once it gets to that point, it's like it's game time. It's time to roll.
While every game is important, with only 12 regular season contests on the schedule, this matchup certainly caught the attention of the former Redhawks.
Payton Thorne to Samuel Jackson.
He kind of called me at the end of when he was making his decision to go somewhere, and Auburn was one of the places. Obviously, he didn't tell me before he did it, but once he did, I was like, wow, like we played Auburn week 2. So I had that game marked as soon as he transferred, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember when I first committed here, one of the first things that I noticed on the schedule was, hey, I'm going to be playing against Sam week 2. And so we talked about it. We've talked about it over the summer.
It's rare to see former high school teammates, let alone 2 quarterbacks who played together, starting against each other at the Power 5 level. Naperville residents will be watching and supporting the 2 quarterbacks, but only one will walk away with the victory and bragging rights to last a lifetime. For NCTV 17, I'm Joe Kennedy.